This is lesson 105 in Saxon's 3rd edition Algebra 1, Factoring by Grouping. More factoring, huh? I told you that factoring was very important and basic to algebra, and knowing how to factor would serve you well. Alright, this gets a little bit more involved. The by grouping part means that there are going to be some common factors that we can group together. So let's look at example 1. In the first two terms, we see that both of these have an a. So if we factor out that a, what are we left with? X, y, minus 4. In the second two sets of terms, we see that we have a b that we can factor out. And again, we're left with x, y, minus 4. Now, in these two terms, I see that I have a common x, y plus 4. I'm sorry, minus 4. X, y, minus 4. And then I am left with a plus b. And that's really all there is to it. And these problems that you're going to be given are always going to work out like this, that you have a couple of sets of common factors. Let's do the next one. So we're going to look at the first two, and then we're going to look at the second two. And we see in the first two they both have an a. So we're going to factor out the a, and we're left with c plus 2d. And then we're going to look at the second set and see that both of those have they both have a 2 in common, and they both have a b in common. And if I factor that out, I'm left with c plus 2 times 2 is 4d. Now you see what happened? When I factored out this 2 right here, that's common to 2 and 4, I'm left with something that matches what I had over here. Alright, so I've got c plus 2d as a factor that's common to both of these terms. And what I'm left with is a plus 2b. Isn't that simple? This is probably going to be one of the simplest lessons that you guys have done in a long time. It's so simple that we only have 2 examples and 2 practice problems. So, look at the first two. What do we have in common? We have an a in both. So let's factor out the a, and we're left with mb minus 7 plus, what do we have in common here? An n. So let's take out the n, and we're left with, again, mb minus 7. Now I'm going to take out this common factor of mb minus 7, and I'm left with a plus n. Isn't that cool? Last one. In the first two terms I have an n in common, so I'm going to take that out, and I'm left with s plus 3x. In the second two, I have a c in common, but I also have 2 in common. So I'm going to take out 2c, and when I do, I'm left with s plus, there you go, 3x. Now, these two are in common to both terms, so I'm going to take those out. And what do I have left? N plus 2c. All there is to it. You guys are going to enjoy this one, and I will see you back next time for lesson 106.